Do you think you would have wrote that letter in the future anyway? Was that sort of in your mind to sort of plan that and send that out in the first place? Would you have done that if yeah?
I'm not sure if I would have done it in the future, because it would have had to been completed under different context, and I wouldn't want to go there and throw another letter in a tabloid magazine, because the first one was done out of haste and inexperience and frustration. You know, as I explained on the show as well. But I would have done, what I was trying to do on Big Brother was open up doors for people to actually see that, to where, even if Meghan and Harry were watching, then it would be good to see that, to see what, that, I know for a fact that Meghan knows that I'm not a bad guy. I never have been. She does. So it's still a big mystery that she has to figure out, or whatever she does. I mean, she's my sister, and I'll always love her no matter what. I don't always agree with some of the things that she does or what her PR people do, but it's she'll figure it out someday.
Yeah, of course. Do you think your family, changing the subject a little bit and talking of media, do you think your family have been mistreated by the media? Like even Meghan and Harry, like, do you think they've been mistreated as well? Or do you think it's mainly sort of you and your dad? Yeah.
Well, one thing everybody needs to know about, sorry, the printer's going off, but
that's
one thing that everybody needs to know about is about the press and the media. And I'm not necessarily the press, because or live video is completely different than doing an interview or doing something that could be chopped up and sold to the highest bidder, and then it's sold 10 times more. So what you say in that interview gets sold one time to somebody, and then it's up for grabs once it's online. So everybody can sit, pick and choose and change it around and revamp it, put it out there years later. So it's a huge learning experience to get that done right the first time. So as far as your question, being mistreated in the media, it's rough, because when all this came about, nobody knew how to deal with this, including myself. So it's been a long learning experience, but it's all right.
Yeah, of course. And continuing on a bit more about your family and your sister, Meghan, if you don't mind continuing the subject, do you have any untold stories that you haven't shared, like with her before? Is there anything that you'd like to share with us on Check It TV?
Yeah, it's so hard to think of any untold stories. I mean, there's so many out there that.
I'm sure you must have spoken about it so much by now. To be fair,
I would probably just be repeating myself. I don't. Not really too many untold stories, except for a really happy childhood she had. Was given everything she ever wanted. She never asked for anything. We had a great time together. One thing about Meghan or Doria's side of the family is that was a tight family also. Still is. We did get, we had some amazing Thanksgivings and Christmases, birthdays, holidays, so we got together everywhere, and it made for a really good get together. So she did. The other side of the family is very open armed and welcoming and hospitable. And so, or I can say about that.
Yeah. I mean, you said you shared so many, but what story do you enjoy sharing that you have already shared? I guess to put it into more perspective for my listeners that may not have heard it yet.
Well, just her happy childhood and the fact that we were all together, and I know that's a little controversial because she claimed that she had grown up as an orphan, but everybody specifically now knows that that's not true. Who's that guy on Big Brother?
Yeah.
But I attended a lot of her school plays when she was very young, up until she was a teenager. And I think probably some of the best times that we really spent together was the last couple of years of my grandmother's life. My dad made it an adamant point about us getting together and spending a weekend a day on the weekend every week with my grandmother. Before she passed. She passed of dementia in 2011. So,
yeah.
But Megan and my father and myself, it was the entire afternoon, and then we'd go out to eat after, and it wasn't Sizzler, by the way.
Sizzler? What do you mean by Sizzler?
Well, yeah, we ate at so many different places, we just.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sizzler was like the running joke about how, we had to rub our nickels together to eat. So, but yeah, that's another, whatever.
Cool.
But anyway, the last couple of years were very tight knit, a lot of good quality time together.
Yeah. Does, I mean, like during the times now with what's going on, does it make your life hard being part of the royal family, having the same name? Does it sort of make it hard today, like in today's world, for you personally? Or
no, I don't. Hard. It's just the one thing I try to avoid is being shot by paparazzi, because then I'm out of control on what they can write the story around. So I try to steer that. Other than that, it's not a big deal. I'm like I said, I'm running off into my own little other ventures right now, and making things happen just for me, just me by myself, and got a couple of really exciting projects I'm working on. So, I'm going to say, it in the beginning it was difficult, but now it's okay, because now that I've opened up a lot of doors, and a lot of people know that I'm not the crazy guy from the internet, who's just, all bad, now that everybody knows that I am a decent, warm human being, it's open doors. So giving me the ability to run off and do other projects on my own, just for myself.